Welcome back, guys, and we're back with another deck talk. And today I want to talk about my fighting deck that I have been using a lot lately. I've been using it for a few weeks, and I've been constantly making tweaks and changes to it. But the main focus of this deck, as you can see, is Gibble to Gabite to Garchomp. And I have 3 Gibbles in there, 2 Gabites, and 3 Garchomps. And it's been proven good. I think I have actually another Garchomp. I could use a straight 4 if I wanted to, but I feel this is a good layout for. I also have a rare candy in there. I only have 1 rare candy, or else I probably would have 2. But I like Garchomp, as you can see. 1 fighting energy for Turbo Assault, does 60 damage, and you get to attach an energy from your discard pile, any energy, so that's even special energies. And then 2 fighting, you get bite off I should say. And Turbo Assault can attach it to Garchomp as well, so you get bite off right off the bat next turn if you really wanted to, for 80 damage or 160 respectively to those Pokemon EXs out there. And for 130 HP, it's not really that bad, so it's a pretty good card. And next up, I have 1 Landorus in there, because 1 fighting energy gives you Shadow Power, which is 20 damage, and it lets you pull discarded energy out of your discarded pile onto one of your bench Pokemon, so that is great. I also have Lugia EX in here, which is possibly interchangeable. I might change it for something else, but I just have it for that Air Ball attack, and it gives me something different weakness wise than Grass and Psychic majority of my deck. And it's actually a pretty good card, especially with the Pokemon that are heavy on the energy on your opponent's team. And of course, my one and only Shaman EX in here, self-explanatory, great card. And I decided to do with 2 Carbanks just because of the Pokemon EX resistance there. And his Power Gem is very good for 40 damage, especially if you put a special energy on there, the special fighting energy, or like a Muscle Band. You're looking at 60, 80 damage. And as you can see, I have Regirock, so possibly 90 damage on there. If you have 2 fighting energies that are special, that's like 100 to 110 damage from this Pokemon, and the EXs obviously can't hit you back. And I have Lucario EX in there. I have 2 of those, and I have 2 Zygardes. Previously, I used to have just 3 Zygarde EXs in there, but then I fought a very well grass deck, which gave me a huge run for my money there, and it was tough, but somehow I managed to pull that victory off, even though Zygarde was getting his butt handed to him. But essentially, they are kind of the same. You know, they take 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 respectively, and their damage output is pretty much the same for the most part. And their HP varies slightly, 180 to 190, 2 retreat cost to 3 retreat cost, you know, weakness to Psychic and weakness to Grass respectively for Zygarde. But I like Lucario a little better because his resistance is not affected by his Missile Jab, and he lets you draw 6 cards. Oh, up to 6 cards, I should say. So there's more draw power. But Zygarde, he has some tanking to him with Cell Storm, lets you heal 30 damage, and he can do Lance Pulse, which does 40 damage if there is a Stadium card at play. And then of course Regirock, I just have him for the 10 damage boost, which he can be a liability at times, so he is interchangeable. Just like Lugia EX could be interchangeable, but I like having 1 Regirock in there. He has made the difference for me a few times. So let's move on to the trainer cards. Off to the left, I have 1 switch, just because it's good to have a switch in there. My rare candy, like I mentioned, 2 max elixirs in this deck particularly. I just recently put them back in. I had them in before, and I took them out for adding 2 extra energies or something in there, I think it was. But I decided to put them back in recently, and they're working pretty good for me. It's nice to power up those bench Pokemon, even though I already have some good powered up Pokemon. It's good, you know, Garchomp and Landorus. So it's great to get them powered up. And then I have a Hypnotoxic Laser, which has proven very valuable to me. Self-explanatory, a great card. I have 2 Professor's Letters in there to get energy up for me. I have 2 Trainer's Mail, which has been great. I think it's a well-balanced number for this particular deck. 1 Seeker. I wouldn't mind having another Seeker in this deck, but so far so good. I don't know what I'd switch out for it yet. And I have an Enhanced Hammer in here, which I just recently added to this deck, and it has proven its worth to me greatly. I never really used these type of cards, even Team Flareground, and I only used a few times. But the Enhanced Hammer has greatly helped, especially against like that psychic deck I was facing the other day. He had a special energy on the Shatter Ball Mew, got rid of it, slowed him down a turn. I was able to whop him out of there with Lucario. Yeah, Lucario. Go figure, right? And one Evo started to help get Garchomp up and moving a little faster. 2 Shaunas, 1 Sharan for that draw power, 1 Hex Maniac, which is a great card to have because you never know if you run into Pyroar with the ability to not allow basic Pokemon to attack, a Mew EX, what have you. I also have 2 Karinas in here, which is a self-explanatory card. Search your deck for a fighting Pokemon and item Pokemon card, I guess I should say. It's just a very valuable card. It has saved me numerous times to pull up some of my item cards, which we're getting to here shortly. We have 2 Zygardes, not Zygardes, Lissandras in here, which is very valuable. I think 2 is a good number for this deck. I also have 2 Professor Junipers. I chose Juniper just because I had the full art Juniper that I got from the Versus rewards down here the other week. So, obviously you can put Sycamore in there. I have 2 Pokemon Center Ladies in here, which is a pretty good number. I like it. I have Fighting Stadium and Parallel City. Both are great stadium cards. However, I know some people want to run Scorched Earth. By all means, go for it. And if I would run Scorched Earth, I would put in some sort of energy retrieval from your deck for an item card or something like that. Even though you do have that Garchomp and Landorus, but you can't really rely on them entirely. Because I've had numerous battles where those 2 have made the difference in getting energy back onto my Pokemon, so maybe just test it out and see how it goes. I've never used Scorched Earth in this deck, but I have fought Pokemon decks that have used Scorched Earth, and I've taken advantage of it, but I was able to get those energies back, so I just maybe contradicted myself by saying, throw some sort of energy retrieval in there when you already have, but it doesn't hurt to have some sort of item card to get those energies back. And then of course the Rock Guard and 2 Muscle Bands. I have Rock Guard, which is invaluable to me in this deck, especially when you're facing like a Psychic or a Grass deck. If they hit you and you're weak to them, they're taking 60 extra damage back, and normally that does make all the difference. It makes a huge difference in the Muscle Band, extra 20 damage. And then for energies, I only have 13. I have 1 double colorless energy, and that's for Shaman and Lugia. So just 1. Mainly is what those are used for, or possibly Lucario or Zygarde to help them retreat a little quicker. And I have 4 special fighting energy, which is pretty much a given, a straight up standard, in this type of fighting deck. Why not? Extra 20 damage regardless, so yeah. And then I just have 8 fighting energies, which has been proven good. I used to have 10. I think I used to have 12 at one point, but this isn't a bad number. So far, with my place testing with this amount of 13 energies has been good. Been very, very good. So that's the deck. So let's get it tested out and see what happens. Alright, we got an opponent here. He is a fairy deck. Oh boy. Fairies are interesting. They can be fun. They can be tough. But we'll see what happens. Haven't fought a fairy deck for a while. Oh, he gets to call the coin flip. There's times where I'd like to go first, and there's times I like to go second. I'm thinking most people like to go second. We'll go first. We'll go first, see what happens. Usually I don't mind going second because it lets you attack the second turn. Yeah, because look, this a situation like this, we have Landorus, we have Gibble here, but we're gonna lead off with Landorus, and we'll throw Gibble down, of course. What does he have up front here? He has a Meryl. We're gonna draw 3 cards. We don't want to discard anything just yet. Perfect. We can get Garchomp in a turn or 2. We'll throw Landorus with the special energy. We'll also use my max. Well, we'll throw Zygarde down. We'll use the max elixir. Yep, got one. Sweet. And I would personally like to put it on Gibble here, but I don't think Zygarde's a bad choice just yet because we need to evolve to get Garchomp up. We can't attack, so I don't really want to throw out Muscle Band just yet in case he has like a megaphone thing, or the Xerosic that discards the item cards attached to your Pokemon, and that's something I don't want to deal with. I'd rather deal with missing a special fighting energy right now than losing that, even though it's technically the same thing. So let's just hope. Well, I'm wondering. Okay, I was gonna say maybe he's trying to do a Fairy Evo challenge here, but he's pulling energies out, so he's not doing that. And that freaking this guy, Snubble, he's a pain in the butt. Look at that, we got another special fighting energy here. That's awesome. Of course, we're gonna throw it on Landorus. We're gonna throw a Muscle Band on Landorus. We'll throw a special fighting on Landorus. And we're just gonna do Shadow Power and do a ton of damage. Knock him out for 80. We're we're 1 KOing everything on his. Alright, sweet. On his bench right now. We'll throw Shaman out next turn after we play an energy. And we'll probably play the energy on Gabite, so then I have 2 Pokemon on my bench that can attack at least. Though, if I would happen to get another energy, I'm not going to be a pain in the butt. Because I can discard it and pull him back up with Shadow Power or Turbo Assault. Of course, he's going to 120 me and knock me out. That's why I was worried about this scramble with the Tantrum. That can be a pain. He just knocked me out my Landorus. Ah, maybe he's gonna try to pull up Zygarde. Oh, Gabite. Okay, so he knew. He probably assumed. Well, that's not bad. Okay, so he's confused. We will throw back up Landorus, just for that fact that we can attack with him. Oh, no, 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 wrong one. That would have sucked. Okay, so we can throw back up him. We'll throw a fighting energy. Obviously on Landorus, we can do 90. Throw Shaman down. Draw the cards. Got some sweet stuff. We can throw Regirock down and do an extra 10, but he's kind of a liability at the moment because I don't really need to. I really don't need to because Sky Lariat is already pounding out a ton of damage. I would have used Shadow Power, but I didn't think I was going to beat him, right? He had 120 and I was only doing 80. Just to pull. Well, actually, I thought I had a fighting energy on him. My bad. So if I would have did Shadow Power, it would have sucked. Would have really sucked. But we're getting there. I don't. Oh, okay, teammates. So he's gonna probably pull up more Pokemon. I mean, it makes sense to, because he's gonna get knocked out next turn. I have, like right here, I've had matches where I started with Landorus and I just got lucky with my pulls and everything, and I was getting special fighting energies, the Rock Guard, whatever, on him. In this particular case, I got lucky with 2 specials and a Muscle Band, and I'm doing a ton of damage right now. Follow me, okay. Probably throwing up. Ah, I thought he would have thrown up Shaman. However, that really doesn't affect us because we got a switch. This is why we have switches. We'll just, for the hell of it, evolve him into a Gabite. Just for the gigs, and throw out Regirock for the giggles, and Sky Lariat him for victory. So that, see, you can do a lot of damage with these flames Pokemon. It is just great, it's fun. I know this wasn't a tough deck to face, but it could have been. But we pulled out another awesome victory, and hopefully this deck has helped some people. I'm obviously going to probably be tweaking it over time even more, testing new things out, but this is what I've been mainly running with this fighting deck, and it's been very successful for me. So far this morning I played, what, 8 matches before I make this video, and all of them have been victories, so it's a great deck so far for me. But hey guys, thanks for watching it, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.